Right, so Courtyard. This is pretty cool.
It is actually beautiful sitting out here.
Is this the first time in 12 months you sat out here?
I think so.
Other than sitting in the grass and planting plants?
Yeah. On another Mitch Marketplace.
Oh, Mitch Marketplace find. Oh, what brand is this? I really like this brand.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. Made in Northcote or Thornbury.
Another Australian brand.
Yeah, it's made here. I don't think it's really designed to go outside, so disclaimer. But yeah, it sort of went with those colours that we were doing inside. When we're doing the styling for Grand Designs, Dad's like, oh, you got to have a bonsai from my garden that replicates the same as the Japanese maple behind us. So you got the little Japanese maple with the big Japanese maple, which is pretty cool.
It's pretty cute.
But yeah, these tractor plants are tiny, like 6 months ago. Now they're taking
so
over
well.
the garden.
Yeah, add so much greenery.
Well, like I remember when we bought them like $15 each, and now something like that size is like $60-$70.
Yeah.
So it's amazing how much you can actually save
if you plant early.
If you plant early.
Yeah.
And you just let Mother Nature do the work.
Well, not just Mother Nature, also make sure you water them.
Oh yeah, you got to water plants.
You got to water plants.
You got to water plants.
And important to have healthy soil when you first plant them too.
Yeah.
We've learnt that along the way. We initially used to just whack plants in and
hope to God they work.
Sometimes they didn't. But now we make sure that we do use a good topsoil when.
Yeah. The only thing we can grow really well is grass.
Yes.
We're getting better at the garden part.
Yes. So yes, we designed this space completely ourselves. I found a picture that I love using these bluestone steppers, but in like a bit of a pattern like this. So it kind of like creeps out into the garden.
How many times did we have to do this, Chris?
So I was at work and Mitch FaceTimes me, was like, is this pattern right? And I'm like, no, that's nothing. It was like too thought about. It wasn't random enough. And I'm like, no. I think I even used the little ones and then like seep them out into the big ones. It was just not what I was envisioning.
That's what I thought we were doing.
Anyway, so this is what we've gone
Communication is key.
Yeah.
To any good renovation.
Kidney weed is getting there slowly, hopefully.
Oh, I think we top dressed it, a week or two ago.
Yeah.
Just to make it pop a bit. And it's getting better.
Yeah. Once it fully covers this area, it'll look really good. Just the blue stones popping through. And then, we've used, again, recycled a number of these plants. The
dinosaur plants?
Dinosaur plant.
Elephant ears? We don't actually know.
Don't call that. That's not the official name. But
we don't know Latin names or anything like that.
We call them dinosaur plants.
These were everywhere. So they've sprung up throughout the property. So we've picked them up and put them back in here. They don't love the sun.
They don't like being moved. You got to move them and then let them go for a little bit and then they come back. So good hint if you do have some of these. Move them, let them go for 6 months and they'll come back. And then we have our eco outdoor bricks again. Yeah.
So the bricks from inside, just reused them. This was sort of the leftovers. Well, I hate saying leftovers because they are a beautiful brick. So yeah, it was crazy to make them go to waste. So yeah, clouded the concrete steps in them. And then, this is just an amazing outlook for every little window in this area.
Yeah.
I think initially I was trying to work out, are these windows going to look weird?
Different sizes.
Yeah, but it's a bit quirky. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
So.
And then do you want to talk about the finish that we used on the exterior in the
cladding? Yeah. So we initially wanted standing seam. Standing seam is quite expensive per square meter, but it's also not very thermal efficient. So we looked for a product. I guess we were looking into James Hardie products and trying to work out if that was right for us, but we didn't end up going that route. We ended up finding a alternative product from CSR, I think it is.
I think you're right.
And this is again a standing seam look, but it's actually almost a 20 mil thick cement sheet product. So the thermal bridging's there. Everyone knows that we use the steel frame, so it was really important for us to consider that thermal bridge. So all the battens are all timber, so there's nothing metal on metal that can bring in the heat or the cold. So something that we learned off Dylan Tyler from Blackburn, and their passive build was I mean, we're not a passive house at all, but understanding thermal bridging and how that all works was
Still thinking about it, like it's still important to, you know, try and maintain your house's
insulation
temperature
and
as
all
much
that sort
as
of stuff.
possible.
So yeah, they were a good inspiration on their Instagram and stuff to sort of see what they did and how they did it. But yeah, I don't think this is at all a compromise to standing seam. I think this is also paintable. Standing seam's not, so you only get 25 years warranty on a standing seam product. But you know, this will hold up to the test of time, and I think it still looks great. You know, 12 months down the track.
Just needs to be, there's a few little spider webs.
Oh, spider webs,
but that's all right. We can.
It doesn't matter if it's standing seam or or a cement sheet. They're still going to be the same. But.
I just think the only other point you'd have to keep in mind is that you do have to, because you nail in all these panels.
Yeah.
There's multiple holes in each board.
Did we work it out? 4,850 something.
And who got that job?
Not me.
So I went around and filled 4,000 holes.
And then we had to sand them, and then we had to
painted them.
prime it, and then we had to paint it, and then it's all coming back to me. The heebie-jeebies.
Yeah. But the end product is beautiful,
it looks
right?
great. Yeah. No, I really like it. We are on our back entertaining area. Man loves his barbecue, you know.
Loves a good old snag.
Snag? Nah, steak.
Steak, sorry.
Yeah, steak. Yeah, so what have we got here? So there's a few things here. That's pretty cool. I mean, we've got to talk about the elephant in the room, don't we? The big grey one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very big grey one.
Kane, CLE Constructions helped us out with this. So Kane and I had some pretty crazy ideas, which include something over there as well. But we sort of came up with this idea on the fly of having a barbecue unit and being like monolithic and sort of trying to go a bit Adam Kane on the style of it. Minimal, monolithic, all grey stainless sort of setup.
But still like distinctive?
Yeah, individual. Like we wanted it to be like no other barbecue unit.
It certainly is not.
So we had to take in consideration, you can see it from the front door. So that's one of the main reasons why we did this beautiful curve, which I wasn't here, but I could imagine it would have been an absolute nightmare to do. And then it is cantilevered here and then cantilevered all there. So we also had to take in consideration, we didn't have the barbecue when we were doing the pour. So we had to go off plans on what this size was. Then we came up with the idea of having cylinder legs rather than big plinths of concrete. Yeah, those cylinder legs in themselves were quite a monumental feat. So
they look beautiful though. They like really make it unique.
There's a lot in this one little space, but I think Kane's killed it.
Yeah, the design aspect.
He's grabbed my idea and ran with it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a pretty sick little setup. The serious barbecue is pretty serious.
Seriously serious?
Seriously serious. It's got lights and all sorts of whiz-bangery. It cooks a mean steak too. I won't open it, but it's not super clean at the moment. This is pretty considered, this little space.
It looks good. You know, this being quite a modern, sleek unit, we needed something that kind of replicated that, right? That looked
we don't really have anything bulky, so to have like joinery underneath it sort of didn't make sense. We've
worked out we've have enough fridges.
Yeah, well, we didn't need the sixth one out here.
We need another fridge out here.
Yeah, we do have all the plumbing facilities under there for the kitchen, but it's so close to the main kitchen that it just wasn't pointless.
Necessary, yeah.
And then we did the glass behind it because like sitting down at the table and looking through sort of looked into the trees there, so it looked quite nice. So yeah, I didn't think it needed it, but it's it's an impressive bit of kit with a lot of engineering under the floor, and there's like all these piers go down to the floor into big footings. So yeah, it wasn't just slapped together overnight. There was a lot of designing, which was pretty cool. And then I guess it brings us into our decking. So as you can see, our decking actually doesn't have any screws exposed, which is pretty cool. So we wanted a decking that would age and grey with the external part of the building. So this is an acacia brought in by Smart Deck. Australia. So it's a bit like a tongue and groove on the side, and uses the camo screw system to put down, which was incredibly easy to do.
We actually came out here as a family.
And built the deck.
Yeah, we did. My daughter came and helped. She was hiding from crocodiles that were
Under the floor,
deck,
yeah.
but she was helping us. She was passing
She was building
us.
the camo screws
Yeah,
and stuff. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So, yeah, it at the moment it looks quite weathered, but we actually really like that look. It sort of goes with those more grey sort of concrete areas. And then, yeah, I guess it moves into some more. This is actually Corinne's marketplace finds, and they weren't from marketplace. They were from a Trit sale, weren't they?
Always looking out for a good sale. So Trit had a warehouse sale, and I flashed on down there and got these beautiful chairs for $90 a pop. As you can see, we needed 6 of them, so I wasn't too keen on spending like $400 or $500.
I think they retail for like $900.
Yeah,
something,
I think they were quite expensive.
Yeah.
But they work beautifully out here, and they've aged like similar to what the deck has.
Yeah.
And then we have this table. We actually
this was our old dining table from our old house. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was initially white.
Yes. Yeah. And we thought we needed a little bit of colour out here. Thought white might just be a bit boring. So this is actually our Pryor State colour. You can see in the exterior finish it is a little bit lighter, but works really well, I think.
Yeah, it's soft.
A little pop of colour. And then we have this.
We've got 2 pretty cool light fittings out here from DGA. So this is a Clemetta C8. Probably hard to see on the camera, but it is so... It's about 5mm by 5mm.
So thin.
Little disclaimer though, it's not meant to be outside. I've modified it to be outside. So we've sealed it all up properly, but it's incredibly dramatic. So this is almost 22 watts a linear meter. So it's super bright over the table. It's super dramatic. There's no lighting that throws anywhere else other than this table. It's actually really cool to sort of entertain out here, and just this portion is lit.
It's really like
and then
vibrant.
You've got like little pops of light in the garden, which is pretty cool. Pretty fortunate enough that the Serious Barbecue has lights in it. So when you open the grill up, it's lit at night. So we thought we could go quite dramatic with this light fitting up here. So this is a Solovetro, and it's running a 10-degree beam angle on the light. So what happens is you only get a circle that sort of sits on here. So it's out here is actually quite dramatic at night, isn't it?
It looks great.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where you usually place your food or anything.
Yeah. Well, that was the design intent was, you got your, as you said, the snags out here. So the snags go out here, and then, you can see what you're doing here as well as there. So we've also done like a perimeter LED strip so the deck glows, and then we cantilevered the deck a little bit. So with that cantilevering, it sort of looks like the deck's floating. That was actually Johnny Adams came up with that idea. The deck was originally meant to not cantilever, and he's like, "Oh, why don't we cantilever it?"
It's a great idea. It looks a bit more like it's continuous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that works really well. But in terms of this space, I think that's...
Yeah, so then we move on into the actual backyard. I'll jump down here. So we have our beautiful trees, which we planted as soon as we moved in. This whole block was just filled, overgrown with...
Would have been a beautiful property back in the day.
But it was just overtaken by plant. There was a little
bungalow out the back.
That had someone we actually sold on Marketplace.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then cleaned up the whole block. Mitch and myself every weekend was out here clearing everything, the amount of trips that we did to the tip and things like that.
Tip fees are one of those things that they add up, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one thing that we're a little bit concerned about is the outlook into the neighbour's property. So one of the really important things is as soon as we cleared the block, we got these trees in.
Yep.
And these are water houses.
Yep.
And they have honestly like doubled in size,
even
if not
tripled.
more.
Yeah.
So it's really, I mean, give it a couple more, months, you barely even be able to see into the neighbour's backyard.
Well, they're a native, so they'll grow in
autumn.
Yeah. They don't normally grow in spring. So sort of that end of summer, autumn, these will pop up again.
Yep.
So the neighbours, like you said, a couple more months, the neighbours will be gone.
Yeah.
We've got our Tiff Tough grass, which is my favourite, with the cylindrical mower.
That's definitely your domain, not mine.
And then, we decided there was a few people that sort of said, oh, you should segregate and put retaining walls in and sort of have the the land sort of segregate down.
Yeah.
But we just felt like that would be a like loss of space in that zone. So
Yeah.
yeah, we went out to Wonga Park and picked up some rocks.
We did. You chose
they
them
were-
out.
Yeah, literally got to
Specifically?
spray them and pick my rocks,
Yeah.
which is an interesting experience. But they were an absolute prick to get out the back. They were, yeah, we had to go digger, pick them up with digger, put them in the wheelbarrow.
And something else that was really important was to think about the backyard before we actually did the extension, because we were able to get machinery into this area.
Yeah, so we
had-
put in another, I think we put in another 12 cube of dirt. in the
Yeah,
back.
a lot of dirt.
So yeah, our base, like a lot of our clay that came from the construction and digging out the holes got filled out into here. And then obviously you can't plant on clay. So we wanted to build up the levels, but we've got an air conditioner and a hot water service down the side. So we had to think about, right, we need to get all this dirt in. We need to get all the rock in for our crushed rock area as well before those bits of equipment went in. So yeah, it's all just managing the trades and working out what we were going to do.
And then we also had the back corner, which we weren't sure what we were going to utilise for. So another
got the-
marketplace find. Mitch
The
picked up this
upcycled,
cute little cubby for our daughter.
yeah, she loves it.
Yeah.
Got the slide and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Sounds-
guess, well, there's one more space.
There's one more space. Yeah,
And
we
that's
love
the,
having...
the entertaining area on the entertaining area.
Exactly, that's it. So let's walk on over. So your mate Kane?
Yeah, my mate. Well, initially I thought I'd drag our good friend Grant in, because traditionally we have brickwork throughout our houses.
We do, yes.
And Grant is a great guy and has done a lot of cool work with us before. But I initially had an idea of doing this in brick. And Kane was out doing the concrete slab. I mean, Kane's scope was quite small. He was only here to do the concrete slab and driveway, and then sort of threw these two monolithic things in on him. But yeah, this is a sort of a napkin sketch on a design on the fly sort of setup. So yeah, this was actually a pretty cool pour. So there was a lot going on here. I think there's about 4 tonne of concrete in this one little space. This was Audrey's first concrete pour, this one. You were sick in bed. So yeah, Audrey got to pour this with me and the boys. But yeah, cantilevered concrete. We used like preformed concrete, like they're like a spiral bit of cardboard, I guess. So that makes the flue inside, and then the remaining, I think they come in 3 metre pieces. So that was one piece, and then the offcut went to take that cantilever there, and then we've got the little skate ramp on the side to sort of bring in that curve from what we were doing inside. So yeah, I really wanted to seat under this tree because it's
a beautiful tree,
an
and
old beautiful tree.
Yeah.
And I don't know, just needed something to hero it in this corner.
Yeah,
so,
and it's always nice when you have, people over that can be different spaces. That
there's 3 different entertaining spaces. There's inside here and here. I mean, we've used these spaces multiple times now, and
they work great. They work really well. Yeah, and have the fireplace going when it's a bit chilly, and got this lovely area to sit as well as, a little bit of seating here.
The greenery breaking up the grey as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I love this little space.
We decided to use the
Crushed rock
here to really define this space, kind of, give it its own element.
So I guess coming off the deck, we wanted something to mimic the curves that we had with like this concrete staff, the internals. So sort of made sense to do a curved detail in the concrete. So we've got 2 concrete steps, and then the water tanks are always so hard. Like you either have to make them disappear. We didn't have a great deal of room down the side if we made it disappear down the side. So we thought like, well, we should embrace it, because I went with one that was colorbond, so it sort of drew in the same sort of line architecture around. So yeah, I was like, stuff it. Let's make a feature of the water tank, which again, another marketplace find. I don't know, people seem to rip them out in like estate areas because they take up so much real estate in their backyards. But yeah, managed to get this off marketplace. So this does our toilets, And yeah, don't roast us on our lemon tree.
So,
This is
you
a
have-
perfect opportunity to showcase how we aren't great green thumbs. We
We're
can do
not-
lawn, just not lemon
We're
trees.
not landscapers, and I mentioned that before, and this is the result. So I think we need to actually put a plastic pot inside and then get a new lemon tree. But the idea is to have this lemon tree is definitely dead
Yeah.
in the concrete itself, which I think would look really cool, but I just don't think we quite achieved it this time round.
No, I
with
don't.
the dead snails in there as well.
Yeah, that's maybe that can be
Take two,
season.
take
That can be
two.
season 3.
Yeah, watch this space.
If you enjoyed this video, head over to our YouTube, Beyond the Materials, and like us for a follow.